Just wanted to make a video here on a new firearm I picked up. Right now there's the handgun apocalypse going on right now pretty much in Canada. Like firearms or handguns are sold out everywhere, and it's been going on for several months. And when it started, I decided to pick this one up because in my collection I didn't have a striker fired polymer frame pistol, so that's kind of what I was looking for. I wanted to make sure I had one in my collection, and I had been looking at one of these for a while. I knew I knew about them before, but they were always pretty expensive. This one is the Arsenal Firearms Strike One. I believe they only make two pistols. There's a Strike One, and then there's an updated version of the Strike One. It's like a Strike One Pro or something like that. But I had seen it before, and they were always pretty expensive. They were like around the $1,000 mark, and it's just way too much money. And I ended up coming across this one even during the handgun apocalypse, and it was actually really reasonably priced, so I decided to pick it up. This is the pistol right here. It's 9mm. It's 10 shots in Canada, but I believe it's 15 or 17 rounds where legal. And it's a full-size striker fired pistol, and when I say full-size, it has a 5-inch barrel, not the typical shorter barrel of like the Glocks use. And it's actually quite heavy. When you pick it up, you can tell it's a full-size like combat pistol. It's not like the Glocks. When you pick the Glocks up, they're very light, almost toyish, like when you pick them up. And this thing is heavy. It's very heavily like overbuilt. It's an excellent pistol. When you pick it up for the first time, it's really weird in your hand. Your hand sits up so high on the pistol. It feels really funny, and you notice right away the weight, because you're expecting to pick up something like a Glock or a SIG, and it's not. It's pretty heavy when you pick it up. You notice it right away, but your hand sits up so high on it, and it feels okay. It feels very comfortable, and actually your grip goes to it pretty good. Like it just feels really natural. It feels a lot more natural than when you're having to hold the gun further down. So this is it here. It looks a little bit different than a lot of other firearms, especially striker fired guns, but I don't mind the looks of it. I think it looks okay. And the grip texture is really weird. It's like these big dots and small dots, and different areas where there's relief, and it feels good in the hand. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why they chose that pattern, but they did, and that's just fine. Before I take it down, well, I should mention the stuff it comes with. It comes with a little cleaning kit. It comes with an oil bottle, a little cleaning kit, and the cleaning kit that's in here, you can use this piece as a handle because it's threaded here. It comes with an extra mag, and this piece, I wasn't really sure what it was. I went through the manual, and I didn't really come across what this was, but after looking at the pistol, it's an ambidextrous magazine release. If you notice this one here, if you push on this side here, which doesn't really protrude from the gun, if you push on it, you can actually drop the magazine if you push hard enough. So they've given you this one here if you want to have the magazine release on the other side. So that's what comes with, and it comes with the manual, and it also comes with a little manual for the case it comes with, and they have a locking case with it, but the thing is with the locking case is that it might be okay for someone in the States if it's something you're using for, like, say for protection. You don't want a child or somebody to get into your firearms, but even in Canada there's a lock. These locking cases, they don't meet the requirements, the law requirements. They like, you still need to have a lock on the case. So I don't know why they really put them on there. It doesn't matter to me. If it doesn't cost any more or less on the gun, they can do whatever they want. The sights on the gun are really nice. They're kind of the opposite of what I'm used to. I like a big flat block and then a front post, but these are kind of opposite. They're skinny. They're very skinny, but they're easy to pick up. These sights, they really draw your eye to them. You can see the front sight there, and it's kind of weird, but they use this back plate for the rear sight. Like, the back plate here is all integrated in there, and it's okay, I guess, because really I don't see you changing these sights. I mean, maybe you would want like night sights or something on there, but this gun is such limited sort of production and it's not very popular. I don't think it really matters to have this, to change this at all. Like, there's not a huge demand for it, so it just sort of is what it is. And then the front sight's really nice. It's just dovetailed in there, very easy to adjust, or you could swap that out if you want it. And the trigger is, I would say, the only complaint I have, really. For a combat pistol, I guess it's okay. It's not the worst trigger, but it's very like, I could do a safety check, but the trigger is very, like, it's plasticky, like it rubs so much, and it's not a stiff trigger, but it just rubs so much. There's as it goes back, it doesn't have play side to side or anything, but like, for a combat pistol, I guess it's okay, but don't expect it to be a fantastic trigger for like target shooting, like super duper accuracy or anything. So I'll take the pistol down. You just well, pull the trigger, take the magazine out, and then pull the trigger. And this is kind of a nice feature of it. This little pin here, it's just like any other gun. You kind of just take relief off of the spring, and then the pin comes out. You can just pull it out. It's very simple. But this actually has a captive, well, sort of semi-captive pin. It just pulls out that far, and then it's captive in there. You can pull it the whole way out, but the manual says not to because you might lose it. But I mean, it's like any other pistol. I don't think you're gonna lose it. So it's nice that it retains like that, but then the gun comes apart. And this is the really amazing thing that I really like about this gun. Everything about this is so just awesome quality. The machining on it, you can see the machining is just really fantastic. And I love that it's got full rails the whole length. It's not like a Glock with just a little insert here and an insert there. It's a full length steel insert in here, and it's very heavily built. It's got the weight of a typical steel metal frame pistol, steel or alloy frame pistol. It's not like a cheap little polymer gun. But this is it here. I'm not exactly sure what this piece here is. There's a piece that protrudes right here. I'm not exactly sure why it's like that. It's kind of it must have something to do with the locking system. Like, here's the machining on this. Just top quality, excellent. You can see a little bit of like milling marks inside there, but everything's been cleaned up and smoothened, and it's just excellent. But it uses a very unique locking system. It has a captive spring, which, as I said, doesn't really bother me one way or the other, but some people like them, some people don't. It's got a flat spring, captive flat spring. And then this is the part of the, here's the inside of the slide. This is the unique piece of the gun, is it uses a little cradle for the locking block, which is really, really weird. It's a separate piece from the barrel. This whole unit here is the barrel. You could see the machining on it. Here's the throat. It doesn't have a, unlike most pistols that we see nowadays, the throat is just very small. It isn't a huge piece, or like it's not a huge cutout in here. And then you have this block, this locking block. And it's the unique feature of this pistol. It uses some kind of a weird delayed blowback that where the pistol, it just goes straight back. It just sort of taps straight back. It's hard to explain, but it's something really different. And I haven't shot this pistol yet, so I don't know what it's going to be like. But I am a fan of this type of a pistol that uses a straight sort of a blowback action. I like fixed barrel guns, and I like rotating barrel guns, and I like guns like the Beretta. I like that type of locking system. I don't like the tilting barreled guns, but this is it here. It's quite unique to this pistol, which is another reason why I decided to get this one, just because it's a little more unique, so it's nice to have in the collection. And look at just the excellent, there's not even a mark inside here. Like, there's no milling mark inside of that. That's usually always the only milling mark I see is back here. That's the only milling I can see. But about the finish, Yankee Marshall does and actually he did a good video on, he has the Strike One, and he actually had the stainless one. He had the same sort of issue as this one has. There's something about the finish they put on the barrel. You can see there's a mark here, and then around the like the grooves, you can see there's just little, like where this is a brand new gun, and it's got little blemishes and stuff on it. And on his gun, he had the stainless version, and his gun had the same sort of thing. He goes through a whole thing. He refinished his whole slide because it was blemished too. It had just little markings in it. It's almost like it's only just the finish, like the whatever finish they used and put on the slide is what is like what the problem is. I don't know. I don't actually know what it is. It's definitely not like the Glock, the stuff that they put on a Glock, that really tough type of stuff. And this isn't an alloy slide either, where, you know, if it was alloy or something, you'd get marks in it. It's a steel slide. I'm guessing it's stainless steel. It looks like it from the bits that are where the finish has been removed for the working of the gun. And here's the striker assembly. Again, it's very unique to this gun. This is a totally different pistol. It's not just like a copy of the other 10 million striker fired guns that are out there. So I think that's about it. This gun, I'm impressed with it so far. It's very heavy duty. Everything on it looks good. I don't have any complaints, and if you wanted to swap the or have an ambidextrous magazine release, you can have it. They include it with this gun. So that's just a little look at this new pistol I got. I've been waiting for it since the end of May. It took like 4 months for this thing to transfer with the situation with handguns right now in the country, and it finally came. So I thought I would just do a little video on it, and thank you for watching.